what am I doing here? Today, I'm just going to show off something real quick because I think it's really cool. I have my mahjong pai matto set. We have the junk mat prime gear. We have the prime gear junk mat. And yeah, this is it. The entirety of mahjong is contained in this bag, including the playing field, and the set also comes with the tiles. So I'm going to take out the tiles first and just also show them to you. Here are the number tiles. They actually look really cool because I had a mahjong set before this because I wasn't sure if the set actually came with mahjong itself, like the game, or if it was just like the playing field. But no, it came with an entire set and it's pretty cool. You usually only have like 4 slots, but you have a 5th slot for like the scoring table. For some reason, this scoring table, there are no options for 1 or 2 Han wins, which I think means you need at least 3 Han to win this version of mahjong, which is a bit strict, but I understand. You have the fancy wind plate with the east and the south wind. You have your point sticks, and you actually get a lot more point sticks than you usually would. And you will see why in a second, because now I'm actually going to show you the main gimmick, the main attraction, the thing that makes this thing worth buying. Now before I do things, I'm going to just openly tell you how expensive this was. Me, as a non-Japanese person, Nihonjin de wa arimasen, and because of that, I had to pay the premium price of 100 and about like 110, 120 euros, which is a lot. And that's not all, because yesterday they sent me like an email saying, oh, by the way, we're at the border, you have to pay like 27 more euros. I'm like, that's fine. But no matter, it's okay. We also have this, which is actually a really interesting timetable, like scoring table, because you can use tiles to put them on as indicators. I actually learned something new, that if your hand is completely closed and you call a Ron, you get 10 extra mini points. You get 10 extra fu, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to put this to the side though, because we don't really need that right now. I'm going to put this to the side. This is also pretty sick. This is the little compass. It will show you the dealer win, the other wins. You have a nice little slot for your Ricci stick. And it just looks really cool. But I'm actually going to just build the little table. And I love how easy it is, because all you have to do is you just knock out this thing. And then you have 2 of these walls. And you just have to slide them into place. So the mat that you're playing on is kind of loose, but if you put the little wall, if you put the walls and click them into place, oops, it will actually stretchen out the mat and give you like a really nice solid playing field. And I'm just going to quickly demonstrate how quickly you could start playing mahjong with this. Now it's obviously going to be slower because I'm by myself. And I'm just kind of chilling. I'm not in any rush. I'm just talking. It's nice. I just realized that the design of these holders for the mahjong tiles is actually curved. So I think the tiles move around more. So now actually good, because if you feel this, I mean obviously you can, but it's very absorbent. So I'm just going to take a tile and hear the difference? It's insane. So now I think I can actually do, well, that's still incredibly loud and maybe not recommended. But it's quick. So I'm just gonna do it anyway. I don't wanna like fucking slam it down, but I also don't wanna be too gentle with it. And then we could just, and also the tiles, they like move around. Like, do you see this? They are sliding like a lot. So actually, this is the mixer. So that's, whoops, sorry. So that's cool. And here are obviously the point sticks. Now this is also a really cool gimmick of this whole set. And that is these 4 holders you see here. I'm just going to fill them up real quick. I'm just going to put all of these to the side. Nice. So here are the 10,000 point sticks, the 5,000 point sticks, the 1,000 point sticks, and the 100 point sticks. So in a game of mahjong, each player starts off with 25,000 points. Usually it's 30,000 points, but in most cases you give 5,000 away at the beginning as the uma. It's the 2,000 points that get added to your total score when to the first place, just so the number is higher, because monkey brain like high number. So I assume at least, this is how I'm gonna do it. The very left one is for your 10,000 sticks. Then you have the one right next to that for the 5,000 sticks. The one right next to that for the 1,000 sticks, and obviously the last one for the 100,000 sticks. That's a 100,000 stick right there. No, 100 sticks. Sorry. Pardon me. Alright, so now what do? We have 15,000. We don't want only 20,000. Now we want 9 1,000 sticks and 10 100 sticks. So let me just quickly do that. 7, 8, 9. Now let's just fill them all up. Here. I think this is going to make playing just so much more convenient and easy, because as you could see right then and there, I could literally just quickly get it out, boom, there's a table, quickly put the pieces on it, and you're done. You're literally done and ready to play. And I think that's really cool. I am a big fan of that. I've already tried it out a bit today. This is not my first time opening it. And it is really cool. I like it a lot. The only thing which is a bit, but I understand, Obviously, I didn't expect there to be like a safe on the side of the bag. It's just like kind of, you have 5 pouches, and the pouches are relatively loose. The tiles can't like leave, like even if you're like running or in a like a bumpy bus, it's not like the tiles are going to fall out. The problem I have is that there's a lot of leeway. And what I mean by that is that the tiles have a lot of space to move around in the pouch. So if you do move around a bit, all of the tiles, or at least not all of them, but a lot of the tiles will actually not be in the holder anymore. They will just be loosely in the pouch, which is still better than losing your tiles completely. But I would obviously prefer if that wasn't the case. Obviously. But shoganai. There's nothing you can really do about that. But it seems like a really nice concept. Just quickly knock out a little mahjong table. Wait, I lost track. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I have to say, the mat, it feels very nice. I love the way the tiles slide around on the mat. Because it's not slippery, it's just a nice surface. It's just well designed. Nothing more you can really add to that. And I do believe that, I mean, of course, mahjong is mainly meant to be played with 4 people. It's just difficult to get 4 people in a room at once. So at least you can still play the 3-player version of mahjong. Actually pretty good, because if you have 3 players, they will each use their own like wall for points. That means you can actually use the last wall to store the points that are left over. So every player now has 25,000 points, and these are the points that are left. So you still have 6 10,000 sticks, 4 5,000 sticks, and 500 sticks. The reason for this is so that if you like win and you have too many like 1,000 sticks, and you maybe traded all of the 5,000 sticks or something, you just have like these extra tiles, like these extra sticks to replenish, to have some more space. Like if you have 19 1,000 sticks, you can switch 10 of them out for a 10,000 sticks, and then you have 9 loose sticks and 1 more 10,000 sticks. Because the 10,000 and the 5,000 stick, you're not like touching it, like you're not using it in game. The only moment you use this is if you deal into a big hand. Usually the only things you're actually touching are the 1,000 sticks for the reachy bets, or the 100 sticks when maybe dealing with quicker, more smaller hands. Let me just give this another good mix. Maybe a little bit excessive, but it does also feel very nice to just mix all of the things. Pardon me, I'm just getting a chair. Oops, sorry, I accidentally talked right into the camera. So now I'm just going to kind of show, I'm just going to build a wall real quick. Nice. And just like that, a wall is built. This is revolutionary. And also, if you cheat, this is a thing that, like, let's say you cheat. When you cheat, you have to put the tile that you cheat or pawn into the right corner, right hand corner. So here you can actually just quickly slide it in. So if you cheat, you can just say cheat, take the tile, and you just, whoops, that was a fail. You can just slide it into place, and it chills right there. So everyone has their own spot. The player here is going to have this spot here to cheat, and obviously the dealer keeps the dealer plate just slightly above where the pawns and cheese go. The open hand. So yeah, obviously since I am all alone, it's a bit unfortunate with building the wall, but I might be able to like build the walls here and scoop the tiles over. So let's just do that. This is how I like to build the wall most, just because it's easy. You just do 3, 3, 3, 3, 5. I'm probably able to do it quicker, but that's just the thing I use. And then if you already have the 17 tile long wall, it shouldn't be a problem to get the other one down. And this is actually a slightly modified version of mahjong with my own rules, because we're actually, in my rule set, I'm going to take advantage of the seasonal tiles, which work like the north wind. If you play, like if you've ever played mahjong Soul 3-player mode, 3-player mahjong. Yeah, I was afraid that would happen. If you ever play 3-player mahjong and you know what happens when you get the north wind, just imagine that, but with the seasonal tiles. And that is just so that even when you're playing 3-player mahjong, the north wind is not something you like want to discard immediately, because you can still use it in stuff like half flush. Maybe if you're going for a yakuman with the 4 big winds. There's a lot of possibilities still open. So the wall is actually 18 tiles long in this version of mahjong, which is something I myself sometimes forget. The reason it's 18 tiles long is just because I don't want to put tiles to the side. I want to actually use all the tiles that came with the game. Boy, that's a bit tight. But we still managed to get through. See, this is what I mean. It's just better if you have 4 people, because then every person can individually build their own wall. But then at the same time, when playing mahjong, people are not like pointing a camera at themselves and playing. So this is like a more rare case. I just felt like recording it and just kind of playing around on camera, because it's really fun. It looks nice. I like it a lot. I love how it sounds. Oh, sorry, I got the hiccups. I love how it sounds. It's just satisfying. It is nice. It's very different to like the last couple of months. You had to be hearing all the time. Now you actually have the absorbent surface and don't just play on a random kitchen table, which is very nice. Oh, wait, I did it again. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with my voice. So yeah, building the wall is actually fun, surprisingly. Usually you have to just kind of guess where to put the tiles. But now you have designated spots for the tiles. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Perfect. Alright then. Now, the compass. Compass goes in the middle. And don't forget, mahjong, you don't need that much space. In the end, players are not looking at this, so you just need a little bit of space here to actually put your tiles. I'm just going to quickly 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, wait, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the Dora is the west room. It's very nice, the compass, because the dealer is marked red, so everyone at the table knows who's like important, who you should watch out for, and when the dealer rotates, you just rotate the entire thing. And when you're obviously mixing up the tiles, you take this thing off. The cool thing about this thing has stoppers. So when you're discarding tiles, you can actually push against it a bit. So you have the spot here to discard your tiles, which is really cool. And it is also perfectly made that there's 6, and if you're playing 3-player mahjong, you can even do 7 comfortably in a row. So you can just play, which is incredibly nice. Obviously the compass doesn't really work when you're playing 3-player mahjong because the wind doesn't really work, but it's fine, it's fine. Obviously here we have the prevalent wind, which is the dealer. We are the dealer. We are also the only player at this table. So let's just quickly... I also need to apologize for the squeaking of the chair. It's a bit unfortunate, but we have very bad kitchen chairs that do not like to work. Whoops. This is really like relaxing. I know playing with people is the most fun part. It is so nice to get together and play some mahjong. But if you just can't get any people in a room, or at least not enough people in a room, just like discarding some tiles, building some walls is still incredibly fun, which is nice, and I think that is what counts. I'm actually going to now give you guys a new POV so you can actually watch my hand while playing. So why not? I don't think I'm going to be cutting this video because it's also not like a video. This is like, I would call it something for the archive. Something where I can look back on it and be like, nice. I remember when I did that thing. So let's start. This is also nice for sorting the tiles. I'm actually going to, because I actually don't know how visible everything is at the moment. It should be fine. So here you can just use this to quickly mix. ship. Oh my god, what is wrong with me? This worked fine. Like, I don't know why I'm choking now. Alright, wait, how many tiles do we have in our hand? I might have, wait. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is one of mine. We almost accidentally perfectly discarded a tile from the wall though. Which is pretty nice, pretty pog. This should show you how much the tiles slide around. I am still not that confident with handling tiles, as you could probably tell. But it's fine. It is fine. Let me just get you guys down here. Or actually, here, let me give you player POV. POV, you're playing mahjong. Okay, now the graphics shit, nice. See, this looks fine. I'm actually going to stand because this chair is very doo-doo. So let's play some mahjong, I guess. And then obviously when you're playing by yourself, the other players can't discard tiles, so you have to do it for them. So it's a 3 of characters. We don't need that. And it's our turn. Alright, a 6. We can use a 6. We can discard the 9 and still wait on a 7. If we look at this hand, what does this hand look like? This looks like it could be... This actually looks like a hand to open up for a quick win. We have the 5, 6, 8, so the 8's kind of irrelevant. The 2's also looking kind of, I don't know. Northwind, we don't really need. So maybe we'll just see where this hand takes us. A 4. 4 is very nice. We upgrade. We can actually use the 5 of circles in our hand now effectively. We could have also used it before with the 6. If we got a 6, we would have a 5, 6, 7. But I think this is a good time to discard the Northwind. And continue. That is our Seatwind. And it also has not been discarded yet, so maybe we can actually make use of this. I'm going to tear away this 9, because I don't think we really need it. Alright, so I think now we have to get rid of the complete 7, 8, 9 shape, because if we accept the 8 into our hand now, we might end up in 3-10, which is not something we want happening. And that is another 6 of bamboo. I'm actually going to discard the 7 because I don't think we will have to use that in our hand anymore. Since we already can use the 4-5 except a 6 or 3 into the 4-5 shape. That's unfortunate. One of our east winds has been discarded. Okay, interesting. That's another 5. Wait, how many shapes do we have in our hand? We have the 5-6, the 4-5. So we have 4 shapes in this hand. We need to get some more. And to do that, I don't think we should get rid of our character tiles. I think we should get rid of our seed wind. And take this 5. Because we can still accept the 3 and the 6, but we can also accept another 5. That's another 6, interestingly. I actually think a good discard, the red dragon hasn't been discarded yet. Maybe the 8 is a good discard, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna discard the red dragon. We don't have a lot of good stuff, so I still want to keep my tile acceptancy high. Because you never know. A 7, okay, now this is interesting. A 7 of bamboo has been discarded. We could chi this. And I think I will just because it looks cool. So when we chi, you say chi, you knock over the 2 tiles, and then what you do is you take and you plop it here to the side. So now there it is. Here's our little shape that's just chilling. Now we have this small shape. So we are opening up this hand. We haven't discarded anything yet. So we're going to discard this 6. And our hand is starting to look smaller. So now this hand is also not looking that valuable. Like the maximum value I'm getting out of this hand is going to be white dragon red 5. Which is not bad per se. So here we have the seasonal tile. If you get this, it is completely useless except for showing it openly on the table, and then you get an extra point for each one of them. So, and you also draw again. That's a 4. So that's a bit unfortunate. We could not have guessed that we were going to pull into a 4, or else we would have obviously kept the 6. And I don't think it's actually worth it to keep around the 4. So I'm actually going to discard it. Another Dora has been discarded. An 8. Yet again. This is just showing us that maybe we should have kept the early shape alive. But there was also no way of knowing if we were actually going to need that in the future. So now we have another 5, which is good. I still don't want to tear up this hand. I think I'm going to discard the 2 of characters. So we still have some tile acceptance in. If we're going to pawn into the white dragon, having another 5 is actually good, because if we pull into a 6 or a 3, we can actually use 2 5s as our pair and the other 5 in the meld. So let's do that. One of the 3s we need just went away. Interesting. Oops, kind of slide around. That's a 5, we cannot do anything with that. Yet another 4. This is a little bit painful. But then again, mahjong is pain. And you can never forget that. Alright, new tile. What do we have here? It's a 4. I think we discard the 8 here. There have no 4s have been discarded yet. I know these are not real players, so the logic I'm using doesn't, like, I cannot look at the discards and get any real information from it. Because technically one of these character dead wall tiles could just have exactly everything that I need. But let's not theorize. A lot of bamboo tiles are getting discarded. That's another 6. I'm discarding the 5 here. So we are now in Tempai, waiting for the white dragon. We cannot win on anything else. If we had a closed hand and called Ricci, we could also win with the 4 of circles. But now we can only win with the white dragon. So let's hope. 5 of characters, 6 of circles, 5 of circles, 8 of characters, 3 of circles, and the white dragon. You say run, and you show your tiles. As easy as that. Let me show you our beautiful tile. There we have it. We just run. Well, actually, you can't really see it. It's back here. There we have it. We just run the white dragon. So this is not anything special. This hand is not worth a lot. It is literally only. And now I can, well, actually cannot show you the diagram because it starts at 3 Han. So this hand wouldn't even really technically work. But let's just ignore that. Like, okay, let's look at this hand. I can still use it to calculate the mini points. So, obviously, when you win, you have this here. You just take some tiles. You automatically get Hute, which is 20 mini points just for winning. You put the tile here, so it's like an indicator. As you can see up here, it starts like this is the kanji for Han or fan. And it starts at 3. It starts at 3. And for some reason, when you get Chi Toitsu, which is the 7 pairs hand, here, it actually does not give you a tsumo value for 7 pairs. It only starts giving you tsumo values for 7 pairs if you get a mangan, which is incredibly odd. I would really like to, I guess if you play with these rules of minimum of 3 Han, that does force players to either have an incredibly good hand that is open or a decent hand that is closed. So you at least get maybe Ricci, Dora, Red 5, which is 3 Han and would get you into like on this list. But let's look at the little graph. So obviously in mahjong you get different values, mini points for different things. For our weight, we actually get 4 mini points because we had 2 white dragon. Wait, this is incorrect. The atama is the pair. Our weight, I think for a weight on a single tile is 2 mini point. We did not get Menzenron. We did not get Sumo. But now let's look at the mini points. So I don't believe that the white dragon actually counts as a triplet. I don't think it does. So obviously I'm not going to count that. We had a closed triplet of the 6 of characters, which is an anko, I think. Yeah, it's an anko. So a minko is a pawn, an anko is a closed triplet. So we also have minkang, which is an open kan, and ankang, which is a closed kan. Very nice. So we have one of those. And we also have a closed triplet of the 5 of characters. Very nice. If you get a triplet of a 1, a 9, or a dragon tile, or a character tile, what I mean by that is like, for example, the white dragon. A triplet of those will actually give you more Han. Mini points. Interesting. Another thing I didn't know, that the more closed triplets you got, or the more triplets you got, the more mini points you get. So for my triplet, I get 4 mini points. Oh no, so it just goes down. Because it makes, like, okay, I think I understood it wrong. But yeah, we have 8 plus 2 plus 20, which is 30. So we have a 2 Han and 30 fu hand, which by the rules of this set would not even count as a win, which is very interesting to me. I don't know what would happen if you just win with a simple Chi Toitsu hand, because there's literally no value for it. Like if you just have 7, if you have 7 pairs and Ricci, you do have 3 Han, but the thing is, if you have 7 pairs, you do not get any mini points, since you cannot gain mini points from the triplets, because there are no triplets. Because of that, you automatically get 25 mini points, which you can't really change. It just stays at that, but here it doesn't give you any indicator. So that's interesting. You also have like a little notebook here for the scoring, and it just shows you the scoring for, what do we have here? Oh yeah, interesting. So here is for Ron. It says right here, it's for the, come on, focus. It is not going to focus. Here, up here we have the value for Ron. Here we have for the non-dealer and for the dealer. And here we have the values for Itsumo for the dealer and the non-dealer. Interesting. But even here there aren't even the mini points noted, which is interesting. It is very interesting. I don't know why that's the case. Like it doesn't even show the 25 point option, as if it just doesn't exist. I don't know. I would recommend that if you're playing this mahjong, you just get your phone, like you get a graph on your phone. That should be fine. This is a nice concept. And I think if you are playing professional mahjong, especially Ricci mahjong, a minimum point hand value of 3 han, it is doable, obviously. Ricci is one han, and a Mensen Sumo is also another han, but obviously just in the simplest case where it's just one Dora, Ricci, and a red 5 maybe. It's a guaranteed hand hand you can win. But I do think that 1 or 2 han hands should be allowed, since that there's a reason why it's a 1 or 2 han hand. They're not worth a lot, obviously. You don't get a lot of points from winning those hands. If you just quickly win with a green dragon only, that's 300 points, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the graph perfectly in my head, but I do know roundabout what the point values are. I do hope that this video was somewhat enjoyable, and I don't think that anyone actually watched this video. The reason I made this is kind of just for myself. I'm just kind of weebing out for this table, showing it off, and I'm very happy. It was expensive, but I do think that this was a very nice purchase. I guess thanks future Dylan for listening to this, because I'm pretty much just doing this so I can look back and be like, damn, that's how I thought while playing mahjong, and damn, that was my voice back then? Holy crap. Well, I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, whatever the Dylan of the future is doing right now, the crazy loogie of the future is doing right now. Whatever happens, I hope I am doing well. This is a message from past me talking to future me. I hope you're doing good. If you do feel demotivated, it's alright. It's okay. We all feel demotivated sometimes. I know this is the same speech you hear everywhere on the internet, but I do mean it from the bottom of my heart. Doing the things you don't want to do. Like if you are learning a language, for example, and you have a day where you do not feel like learning at all, it is most important that you actually learn that day. Because that's going to be like the day where you're like, I don't feel like doing this. If you actually do it, that's going to be the day you look back and you're like, hell yeah. I am so glad I continued. I made so much more progress, and I can look back at that day and think, I beat myself, the old one, and I have improved as a person. Enough with the emotional, motivational speech. Just, I guess, move on with your life. Have a good day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye. I misclicked.